What is up, YouTube? It's been a while. You ain't seen me in a minute, huh? I'm here to tell you guys a story because it's been so long since I told a story time, and for some reason I'm having a really hard time getting back into vlogging. So I thought maybe if I just sit down and tell you guys a story real quick, I'll get used to talking to the camera again, because this is a little weird, just saying. But this is gonna be a really good story, so I'm excited. This story is about the time I almost died at my employee party, okay? My employee party in front of all of my coworkers. Yes, me. Listen to this story I got here for you. So, this was last summer. You know, your girl was 21. You know, I'm about to be 22 in April, so wait on it. But I was of age to drink and do anything else that I was doing in this video. So if you're under 21, don't do it. Don't even try it, okay? I will come and find you. I'm looking for you already. Whoop your ass. Anyways, I was of age, so, you know, I have every right to do what I was doing. Not saying that it was right, but that's what I was doing. So, getting into the story. It was my last day at work at where I worked at. I'm not gonna say where because it's a real big company, and I don't know, they might try to contact me if I tell them all this information. Anyways, it was my last day at work, and we were supposed to be having this employee party later that night. And the place that I worked at was a little far from where I lived. Like, I would drive to the parking lot near my house and then take the bus to where I went to work at, and it was about 45 minutes away. So yeah, I would always take the bus to work. And so this particular day, I got out of work, and one of my coworkers was like, "Oh, let's go to the dispensary, girl. Let's get turned up before the employee party later," because I was gonna stay there, obviously, and not go all the way home and then come back. If you guys see any reflections or anything, it's because my camera's kind of cracked. So disregard. Anyways, he's like, "Let's go to the dispensary. Let's get us a little pre-roll. Let's smoke it up real quick, and then we're gonna go to the party." And he was like, "Oh, I know this little bar that has $2 wells." I didn't even know what wells were, but I was like, $2? Yeah, yo, $2. He's like, "Yeah, they got $2 wells. We could drink a little bit and then go to the employee party and have us a little good time. Get." So I was like, obviously, that sounds like a great idea. So me and my coworker got off work. We walked down to the dispensary. We went in there. I was like, "Oh, okay." You know, just looking around for what I want. I was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna get a couple pre-rolls. That's it, just 2 pre-rolls." And then I had this bright idea, like, not a bright idea, obviously, but I had this bright idea that it would be great to take an edible. I was like, wow, let's take an edible before my employee party. I'm smart.
It's been a while since I've taken an edible.
My dumbass was like, wow, this is a great idea. Let's take an edible. And he was like, "I don't know, but you're going to be the only one doing that." And I was like, "Why don't you want to take an edible?" He's like, "You got it." You got it. I'm like, "Oh, okay. I got it. I'm about to have a great time. Yes. Woo-hoo." So I got this little candy, and I was like, "This is going to be great. I'll just take it right before we go in. So by the time it kicks in, like, we already have been at the party for a while, you know, I'll just be kicking. I won't be high when I get there, but it'll kick in later." That's what I was thinking, like, "Oh, this will be great." Not great. Anyways, I got a pre-roll and I got an edible, obviously, and I just stuck it all in my bag. So my friend, we smoked one pre-roll. We were just walking down the street smoking on our way to the bar place that we were going. And then we went there, and I just had one drink. I had tequila and lemonade. That was it. Or maybe I had 2 of them, but they were just little cups. They were $2. I had 2 tequila and lemonades because they didn't have any better combinations. Obviously, if you know me, like, you know I hate liquor. I don't like liquor. I hate how it tastes. It's gross. I have to have it mixed with some type of juice. I'm a fruity girl. I like me some Mike's Hard. I like jungle juice, little daiquiris, mix it up. Okay, I'm not with the shots and the taking straight liquor. I don't know, I'm too cute for that, honestly. I'm just saying. There's conditioner in my hair, so who's really cute? Not me. We had been there for like about an hour, and we met up with some of my other coworkers. They came and met us there, and then the coworker who I was hanging with, his boyfriend came, and we were all just kikiing and talking and getting ready for the employee party to start. And then his boyfriend was like, oh, I have like a half of a joint in the car, we should just smoke the rest of it. But there was like 5 of us, so I only took like 1 hit of that. But at this point, I was pretty high. Like, I was just high, and I didn't really feel any drunkenness because I had only had like 2 drinks, so I wasn't drunk or anything. But I'm like, okay, this is the time right now to take my edible. So I've had 1 pre-roll just to check you in, 2 tequila and lemonades, and a half of a joint. So that's my progress report so far, and now I'm about to take an edible. So that's where we're at. I walk into the employee party, and it's fancy, so fancy. I've never been to an employee party before. I've never worked for a fancy company where they're like, let's have a party for our closing. Like, they're closing for renovation, so they're like, we're closing, let's have this party, let's keep show off, whatever. I get there. First of all, I was not dressed for the occasion. I had on just like this cute little top with some jeans. Everybody was dressed up, like everybody was in suits and dresses. All the girls from work were in dresses and heels. I was like, oh, I had no idea it was this kind of event. All of us was just looking regular. Like, we had no idea what was going on. Obviously, this is our first time at this kind of occasion. I have never been to nothing so bougie in my life. But, you know, it was a very nice establishment that I worked at, so I should have known. But I walked in, I got to see all my coworkers outside of their cook clothes, like outside their kitchen clothes, and they all black attire. And I was like, wow, everybody's all dressed up here. It was fancy. I thought I was gonna eat. Listen, I was prepared for food. Like, they told me there was gonna be food. It's a restaurant that I worked at, so I thought we was gonna have prime rib, and like, I thought they was gonna chef it up because it's a restaurant. Nah, there was cheese and strawberries and crackers. What? Cheese and strawberries and crackers? I'm confused. Who was supposed to be eating off of that? Like, that wasn't gonna fill up anything. Like, I was confused. Like, how we work at a restaurant and couldn't even make a meal for us to eat or something? Like, I was flabbergasted, but I got in the line anyway, because, you know, them strawberries was looking kind of good. But yes, I ended up getting in line, getting some food. We all sat at the same table. We like squished ourselves into the table. And so the restaurant that I worked at, the floor, like, it rotates. So I made a note in my head, and I said, we sitting at table 41, because imagine you leave and you come back, the table would have been somewhere else by the time you come back. So I was like, this is table 41, because I work here, so I know what table it is. Table 41, keep that in my head just in case I need it later. I will need it later, obviously. So I'm sitting at the table, we all squished ourselves into the table, and they handed us 2 drink tickets as soon as we walked in. 2. You get 2 drink tickets, that's it. I get in the line, and I'm 21, so obviously I got drink tickets. They didn't even ask me, but I am 21, I was of age. So I walked up and I got me some white wine. I have a really bad history with champagne mixed with marijuana, okay? I don't mix champagne and marijuana because the one time I ever tried to do that, I threw up. And I do not throw up. Like, I'm not a messy drunk. I don't throw up everywhere. Like, I don't do all that. That's how I knew it was just a bad combination. I think it's the citrus and the weed that just don't sit on my stomach right. So I don't drink champagne when I'm smoking. When I have been smoking, or if I am gonna smoke, I don't do that. It was a mimosa. Yeah, no. So no champagne for me. I got some white wine. And I let everybody at the table know. I said, hey guys, I'm drinking white wine, just so you know. Nobody buy me any drinks, or nobody get me any drinks that are not white wine. That's all I'm drinking. White wine and champagne almost look exactly the same when you're looking at them now. So, yeah. We know where this night's headed. So, like I said, 2 drink tickets. I used 1, I drank my white wine.
I don't know what happened after that.
Like, I was chilling at the table with my coworkers, speaking to them. It had probably been an hour that had passed now, and I was just sitting at the table like this. I was lost. Like, I was looking at the table like, am I about to die? My body felt like it was overheating. I felt like I was about to explode from the inside out. My body was about to... Like, I thought my whole entire body, like, I was just gonna die right there in front of everybody. And I was sitting there trying to hold my composure. I thought if I thought enough, like, if I sat at this table and I think enough and I think hard enough about it, it won't happen. No, that's not how it works. Like, it was making it worse. I was just sitting there, and my coworkers could see me just sitting there looking at the table. And they were like, Tosh, you have a good night. Like, we about to leave you, girl. And I'm like, yo, what you gonna do? Help me, please. No, nobody helped me. So I was sitting there, and my coworker who I had been in the shenanigans with, him and his boyfriend left. And then once they left, I realized in my head, like, girl, you still gotta get home. Mind you, I live 45 minutes away. My car's at a parking ride, and then I have to drive home. I'm messed up. The edible kicked in. I was hot. I felt like I could not breathe. Somebody had given me champagne. I knew it because my stomach started to hurt. And I was like, hold up. And there were like 4 drinks on the table. And everybody was like, Tosh, these are yours. And I looked in my pocket, and I still had 1 drink ticket left. So I had only used 1 of my drink tickets, but yet there were 4 drinks that were mine on the table. How does that work? People were just giving me stuff like, here you go, here's some white wine, here's some champagne, these are for you, Tosh. Like, handing me things I did not ask for. I was already having a hell of a night, and you're gonna come and make it worse? You see that I can't control myself, and I'm here in front of all my coworkers and my bosses and stuff, and y'all trying to make me look a dang fool. No way. So I said, it's time to go. In my head, I said, listen, I still gotta figure out how to get home from here, and my bus stop was like 10 minutes away, 10 blocks away from where I was at. So I had to walk. So when I started thinking about all that, I'm like, okay, like, I still gotta walk to the bus. I gotta catch the bus before the last one leaves. Like, I don't even know what time it is. I was not paying attention. I gotta go home. So I started looking at my phone. I'm like, I gotta go. It's time to go. Like, I gotta get out of here. So I make my way down to where I need to go, and I start leaving out the door. I see one of my old coworkers, and he's like, Tosh, have a good night, get home safely. It was nice seeing you. I'm like, bye, see you later. I'm gonna go home now. And I start walking. I'd only been walking for like a minute, and then I realized I did not have my purse. I'm forgetful. This is a trait of mine. I forget things all the time on a regular basis. Like, this is just me. So I'm like, dang it. I forgot my purse, so I have to go all the way back upstairs, back to where I was at. I start walking inside, and I guess I was wobbling and stumbling trying to get to where I was at, and my coworker's like, let me help you, okay? Let me help you get inside and find your purse. Because I came back, and I'm like, I have to get my purse. Like, I gotta go back inside. He's like, I'm gonna help you. Let's help you get there and make sure you're doing okay. I'm sure he could tell, like, this bitch is fucked up. So he followed me inside, and I'm standing there waiting for the elevator to come, and then my stomach gets to... My stomach said... I said, hold up. Something ain't right. I immediately started thinking back to earlier that day. It was my last day of work, remind you. And I asked the chef to let me get a crab melt. I said, hey, let me get a crab melt since the last day. I might as well shoot my shot real quick on this crab melt. He gave me the crab melt. I ate that crab melt, and it wasn't right. So I gave it to a homeless man. And it started coming up my stomach. My stomach said, oh. I said, oh, no, this is not the time. I'm standing in line waiting for the elevator, and I could not help it. It just started working its way up my chest. I felt it coming up my throat. I couldn't stop it. So I turned around and silently, like where nobody could see me, I just turned around. I didn't say nothing. I didn't make no noise. I just turned around and was like, that's nasty. But I turned around and I quietly threw up on the ground, hoping no one would see me. My coworker saw me, and he was like, Tosh, oh my God, what you doing, girl? Are you sick? And I immediately didn't want anybody to think I was drunk or intoxicated. I was like,
I have food poisoning. I have food poisoning. Okay, listen, everyone, I'm sick. Okay, my stomach is not feeling right. I'm sick. I'm sick out of my mind right now. I think I have food poisoning.
My coworker was like,
you heard the girl? She has food poisoning. Don't look at her. She has food poisoning.
I'm like, this is a real one. He is real. I said, I got food poisoning. He said, dang right. She got food poisoning. Everybody's like, oh, girl, you have food poisoning. I'm like, yeah.
Yes! I have food poisoning and I just want to go home. Please. This crab milk got me sick.
So that was my cover. I don't think anybody believed me, but that was my cover. I went back up the elevator, up to where I was going, and then I realized the floor rotates. I hope you guys are paying attention. So I said, smart mind in here said 41. That's what table you're at, right? Walked around to table 41, found my purse, picked it up. As I'm about to get my ass out the door, here comes some more of my coworkers like, Tosh, where you going? There's an after party tonight. Really creepy coworkers that I had. This guy was always trying to give me a ride home and shit. Like, I wasn't with it. And they talked about going to Queen Anne for an after party. And I was just like, no, I gotta get home. I don't feel safe around these white men. I'm sorry. I gotta go. But they're like, you leaving already? I'm like, yeah, I'm leaving. I don't feel too good. And they're like, what's wrong? I'm like, I have food poisoning. But mind you, I am fucked up. So I'm looking directly at the cooks who made my crab melt for me, telling them I got food poisoning from a crab melt that I had. It was not registering in my mind that that's who I was talking to. So I'm like, yeah, I had a crab melt earlier and I'm really sick. Like, I think something's wrong with it. And they're like, we didn't do anything to your crab melt. And I'm like, no, it's okay. Like, I love you guys. Don't even worry about it. Like, I'm sick. I don't know. I gotta go. Bye. See you later. I make my way back to the elevator and I'm just standing there, dead face. Like, I hope nobody talks to me. Like, I didn't want to have to say nothing else. I was just standing there, directly looking at the elevator, not listening to anything behind me, just like, it's time to go. So I get back in the elevator, get my ass back down, and I start walking to the bus stop. You would think this is the end of the story, but it's not, okay? I start walking to the bus stop, and I recall myself about to pass out and fall on the ground about 3 times while walking to the bus stop, which is 10 minutes away. So as I'm walking, I could just feel myself like falling asleep or passing out while I'm walking. Like walking and just being like I almost fell a couple times. Okay, I understand how this looks. Like, I'm drunk, I'm high, I'm messed up, walking down the streets by myself, but I was determined to get home. Like, I was determined to get home on my own. So you should applaud me for that, really, because like I took the time out to say, girl, it's time to go home, get your stuff, let's go, get to the bus stop so you can go home now. I'm like, all right. So I'm walking to the bus stop. I'm like, 3 times I almost passed out. Yeah, I get to the bus stop and I'm sitting at the bus stop on the ground. Like, I'm crisscross applesauce on the street, waiting at the bus stop like this. And I'm like, I seen a person there and he started talking to me. I have no idea what the conversation was about. Like, I don't remember what we talked about, but he was there. And then I remember I looked down to see if the bus was coming, and I looked back, and the person was not there no more. Was that person really there? Oh, no. To this day, that's the only confusing part about this story. Like, was there really a person there? Or no? So, progress report. I threw up outside the elevator at my job. I told everyone I had food poisoning. I lost my purse. And now I almost passed out 3 times trying to walk to the bus stop. Okay? That's how this night is going for me. But I'm getting there. I'm like, I'm going to get home. And I had it all planned out. Like, this is about a 45 to an hour bus ride. By the time I get home, I should be sobered up. Who? Anyways, I should be sobered up and ready to drive my car around the corner to my house, which is only like a 5-minute drive from the parking ride to where my house is. So I'm like, this will be great. I'm fine. So I get on the bus, and it's those shuttle buses, like, that have the high seats where you can't see nobody in front of you or behind you. And I'm laying there, and the bus starts getting on the road or whatever, and I start, like, dozing off. And then I feel it, like, my stomach's like, I'm like, oh no. Right now is not the time. Please no. My stomach's like, I said, oh shoot. I silently bent over. Nobody would have seen me anyway. There was nobody on the bus, but I was quietly bending over and I just said, I threw up right there on the ground on the bus. I didn't do nothing about it. Literally, as soon as I threw up, my body said, and I laid my head on the window and I fell asleep. It's gross. I know. There was even a little bit on the seat next to me, but like I was just laid like this. Passed out, fell asleep. I woke up just about in time, like a stop before I had to get off, and I realized I'm still messed up. Like I still cannot drive. There's no way I'm driving home. Like I'm not doing it. So I pull out my phone and I requested Uber to pick me up at the park and ride. I get to the park and ride. I get off the bus. I didn't say nothing to the bus driver. He probably hated me. Like, after I got off that bus, he probably went to check the bus and was like, what the hell? This bitch just threw up in the seat on the ground. Like, he had to clean it up. I feel so sorry. It was all crab melty. It was white and chunky. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Anyways, I get off the bus and I go into the park and ride and I find my car and I get in the back seat and I lay down waiting for my Uber to come. I woke up 30 minutes later. 30 minutes later, I woke up and I looked at my phone and said, your Uber canceled. Nobody showed up. Basically, the Uber left because it came and I was asleep in the backseat of my car. It never came. It left. So I'm like, oh, shoot. I didn't feel asleep in the backseat of my car. I wake up. I'm still intoxicated. There's no way I'm driving. So I request another Uber and I wait there for it to come. The Uber finally comes. I get in the car and I get home. Woo, bitch! I made it home. You didn't think, huh? You doubted me, didn't you? You thought I was gonna die? That's what you thought? You thought it was the end for me? I did too. Listen, I really did. I thought it was the end. I had never, ever been in an experience like that. That was the worst experience I've ever had with drugs or alcohol. It's the worst experience I've ever had in public, where I've had to like get myself from one place to another. I was in full-blown survival mode, but I made it home. I left my car at the park and ride. I made it home. The next morning, my grandma texted me and she was like, Tosh, are you home? Like, where are you? My car wasn't outside. She's like, are you okay? Like, did you ever make it home? I come out the room. I'm like, Grandma, I'm right here. I'm good. And I told her, like, I just had a few too many drinks at the employee party. My grandparents were so proud that I made it home. And then it made me proud of myself. Like, I did go through a lot. And I sure did make it home. That means I'm smart, and I got brains up here, because I could have literally been so messed up that I was just acting a fool, acting a mess in front of all my coworkers. They would have had to come get me, take me home. Somebody would have had to figure it out, but no, I took it into my own hands. I said, I gotta do this. I gotta make it home, and I accomplished it. Me, yes, I accomplished it. I'm strong. So if you want to do something like that, you better be like me. Smart. Always take a mental note of your surroundings. Watch the people around you. Make sure you know how you're getting home. Never go anywhere not knowing how you're going to get home. Always figure it out, okay? Always be smart. Drink responsibly. Smoke responsibly. Do whatever you got to do, but be responsible about it. And I hope you guys like that story, honestly. Like, it was a crazy experience, so I thought I would share with you guys because I'm crazy, okay? As you can see, I do a couple of things that ain't too smart. There's still stuff in my hair. But yeah, I hope you guys learned from me. Never go to your employee party on an edible, because that's the worst idea. I remember at one point I was talking to one of my coworkers and his wife, and I don't remember what we talked about. Like, I was just like, hey. No, it wasn't that bad. I think I'm pretty good at keeping my composure. Like, on the inside, I was like, what the fuck? But on the outside, I was like, yeah, he's funny. I love him. It's great. Everything's great. Yeah. But yeah, so that's my story. I hope you guys liked it. Go ahead and hit that like button, because I haven't been on my channel in a while, and I hope you guys come back and leave it down in the comments. Like, tell me to vlog. Go ahead and leave it in the comments. Be like, bitch, get on your vlogging, because you have not been doing well. And I'll be like, yeah, you right. You right. I need to get on it. I really do. But let me know if you guys want some hair tutorials. I've been thinking about doing that. So if you want to see some hair tutorials, let me know. My hair is still kind of wet here, and obviously it has a whole bunch of product in it. But yeah, if you guys want to see my hair journey, like I can make a hair journey video for my whole like 1 year big chop and all that stuff. Like if you want to know all that, let me know. But yeah, that's it. That's the story, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.